welcome to the Trash Picture Show. Couple of movie recommendations. David Cronenberg's Shivers, one of his earlier movies. The title was also The Parasite Murders, and essentially is about a high-rise kind of luxury complex whose denizens become infected by this aggressive sexual parasite. The cast includes cult horror actress Lynn Laurie, and this Cronenberg movie has influenced a lot of other movies like James Gunn's Slither and Ben Wheatley's new movie High Rise. Well worth a look. Shivers. If you're a Cronenberg fan, check it out. Next up, The Raid. I actually reviewed The Raid 2 a while back, but this is the kind of movie that really kind of pushed the bar for a real stunt kind of orientated badass movie. Um, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Essentially, you have a team of cops, and they are sent into a building, a high-rise building. Seems like high-rise is the kind of subject matter of this week's review. High-rise building, and they have to capture a gang lord. And once they enter, once they're halfway up, the gang lord realizes what's going to happen. So he puts out through the intercom that anyone who kills the cops can stay there for rent free. And little by little, the cops are kind of whittled down, and the last remaining one is Rama, and you realize he has an alternate agenda for taking part in this mission. The stunts are unbelievable, they're insane. Um, and all the stuntmen and cast are Indonesian, and they have done stuff that is almost borderline suicidal in this. Some of the stunts are just incredible. If you get a chance, The Raid, check it out. Next up, Barry Levinstein's The Bay. This is a cool kind of. I'm not a fan of found footage, but this is a cool mockumentary kind of horror movie about a contaminated beach community who they're celebrating their kind of local kind of pageant, and all the townspeople become infected with this horrible kind of flesh-eating bacteria, and it also has mutated isopods, these kind of crab-like sea lice, which are also feasting on the entrails of the poor townspeople. Very cool, very tense, and it's a horror movie, but it's also a kind of ecological kind of statement on the kind of situation that the environment is in. And yeah, if you're a fan of horror and you're a fan of found footage, check out The Bay. Well worth a look. Next up, The Reader. This is an awesome movie. Essentially, it's a kind of coming of age drama about this young German boy in the 50s who finds his first love, and she's an older woman, and he's kind of had this sexual awakening with the woman, who played fantastically by Kate Winslet. And later on, we find out that she is actually a former Nazi camp guard, and she's been put on trial. When the boy grows up, he becomes a defense attorney, and he's then played by Ray Fiennes, and he has to defend Winslet's character from execution or long-term prison confinement. And it is really touching because he Kate Winslet's character is illiterate, and they bond, and their kind of relationship and heat of their relationship is based on the fact that he reached her, and then he finds out that she got prisoners in the camp to reach her as well, and he's absolutely crushed. So it's a very fantastic drama. The Reader, if you get a chance, check it out. Ray Fiennes, Kate Winslet, and it's an awesome movie. Check it out if you can. Next up, cheesy Dolph Lundgren movie, Dark Angel. This is incredibly funny. This is essentially kind of a regular kind of cop movie. Dolph Lundgren plays kind of a 90s kind of badass cop who's teamed up with a by-the-book kind of FBI agent to investigate the murder and theft of cops and drugs. And it turns out there's an alien coming from another planet that has taken the heroin and is injecting it into people, and then extracting their endorphins to use as a drug back on their home planet. And there's another alien that's a good guy, and he has to team up. It's cheesy as hell, but if you can get a chance, check it out. Dolph Lundgren, Dark Angel, well worth a look. Cheesy as hell, but fun as hell. Last up, documentary. It's Future Shock, and it's essentially about the history of 2000 AD. It is awesome. If you're a fan of Judge Dredd or any 2000 AD comics, this documentary is well worth the look. It gives an inside look onto some of the people that worked there: Pat Mills, John Wagner, all of the guys who started 2000 AD, and some of the crap they had to go through was ridiculous. And these guys are still making comics today, and they're badass. And yeah, check it out. Future Shock: The History of 2000 AD. Well worth a look if you get a chance to check it out. So, this has been the Trash Picture Show. My name's Martin, and yeah, like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Have a good one. Take care. Bye now.